I think what I changed will... I believe what I've changed should stop the crashing issue, but it's also going to hammer my CPU a little bit more, so we'll see if it causes lag. I switched off of the NVIDIA encoder to the Intel one, the processor encoder. Desi, I'm a knight of Hoaglandia at last. I'll dispense fiery justice solids, politely ask for a timeout. Thanks for the 12 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Enjoy your sword. All right, Cobra Saheeli. Hey, Thudex, thanks for the 2-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. So, Cobra Saheeli, this is a deck that here's Buddy hoping OBS doesn't decide it's had enough. Yeah, we'll get it sorted. Like I said, worst case, to avoid the crashes happening, it's not crashing while I'm streaming, it's crashing because I'm recording local video files to upload to YouTube is an issue that's having. So worst case, I'll just have to change to cutting my YouTube files from Twitch directly instead of from my local system. Anywho, we have Cobra Saheeli here, which is a infinite creature combo deck. So Saheeli Rai plus Felidar Guardian was notoriously a combo together in Standard. So these two cards together make infinite 1/4s with haste to attack our opponent. Felidar Guardian also combos with Kiki-Jiki. Then we kind of tie this whole mess together with copies of Eldritch Evolution to do some tutoring type stuff. We also have Lotus Cobra, which pairs well with Fetch Lands and Renegade Rallier to do some pseudo fancy aggressive stuff. So the core of this is a viewer submitted deck list. I cut, what did I cut? I changed one card in their main deck. They had a Thalia's Lancers. That's just been too clunky in my experience. And I pushed their sideboard around a small bit because they weren't playing Tireless Tracker, which I think is a miss. Yeah, this deck can theoretically kill on the second turn. It requires a lot of pieces to come together correctly, but it can end the game on the second turn. So, JBods, that's basically what I just did. So, OBS has a setting where you can have two different encoding sources. Where you can have two different... You can have the computer use a different encoding stream to encode versus stream. So, I switched it so it's using a different encoder to record with rather than stream. It's more system intensive, though. Like, something like that generally requires a second computer. We're gonna see if I have a higher end i7, so we might be okay. I don't know. The problem is that, like, Magic Online is, like, also incredibly processor intensive because this isn't a video game. So we'll see how this goes. Faithless looting into ditch 2 lands. Thoughts on having a secondary streaming computer? Like, obviously that's an option too. I mean, like, the actual solution is just, like, get a streaming application that works. So, if OBS continues to give me issues, I might have to look into other alternatives. Because, like, the issue is that OBS or the encoder or somewhere in the middle is, like, having an issue doing what it's supposed to be able to do. Lotus Cobra here is a pretty good draw. So next turn I could go Lotus Cobra into Fetch Land, evolve the Coiling Oracle into a Rallier the Coiling Oracle back into play. They ditched a Flamewake Phoenix, so it looks like we're playing against Hallowed One potentially. Yep, confirmed. Yeah, the person who submitted a 61 card main deck. So I can grab the plains here, make another green, Evolve this. Get Renegade Rallier. Rallier back the Coiling Oracle. In general, it's just wrong. Hit a land, path this. It's an okay turn. Next turn, I can Eldritch Evolution, Coiling Oracle into a Felidar Guardian to blink Renegade Rallier to get back Coiling Oracle. Oh, you know what? I used the wrong fetch land. It's worth noting this Flooded Strand cannot get me a red shock because my red shocks are Steam Vents and 2 Stomping Grounds. Yeah, but then I'd be down a Lotus Cobra, Brad. Like what you're talking about puts me down a Lotus Cobra. Alright, so they're dead. It's a good draw. Drew Splinter Twin. Great. What are we doing? Need to put that into my deck. Knight of Autumn seems fine. Gaddock Teeg doesn't really have a text box here. Cataclysmic Gearhulk's not good against their Hallowed ones, so they get to choose an artifact. I don't think Blessed Alliance is good enough in this matchup. Oh, I definitely cut Izzet Charm and not Gaddock Teeg. Whoops. I don't think I want any other cards out of my sideboard. Can they beat a Sun Titan? Yeah, they just like have more things. You don't want a ton of expensive stuff in your deck in this matchup. You'll just draw too much of it and die. Pia could be okay because it's a lot of blockers, but I really don't think it's better than these other cards that are in my deck. Maybe Pia's like marginally better than Acidic Slime. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Burgle. Deck's got a lot of neat things going on in it, for sure. I think Eidolon's a little bit narrow. By the time you put Eidolon into play, their Hallowed ones have been in play for a while. I've got 2 fetches right here. What's a yikes about what's currently going on? I feel like we're in an okay spot at the moment. Are you blind? Are you blind? Why are we talking about Lava Man killing our creatures? Is it because we're blind? I'm gonna go with it's because we're blind. That can only be the only possible explanation. The fetch line doesn't really go anywhere. I definitely want this Knight of Autumn. It's either a way to buffer our health total, or it is a way to get rid of a Hallowed one. Alright, hopefully they upgrade my hand a little bit, because it's a bit medium. How would you sideboard Green-Black Elves versus Devoted Druid combo? I'd bring in 3 copies of Dismember, and I'd bring in 3 copies of Dismember and 2 Revokers, and I'd cut 2 Lead the Stampedes, 2 Scavenging Oozes, and a Azuri. Alright, it's a pretty big fish. Yeah, I think it's just copy fish, right? Just like Cobra, play Stomping Ground, image fish. There's a deck list on your screen via the Stream Decker widget. Alternatively, you can type !deck in chat to get a direct link to the deck list. Wax Papers, thanks for the 6-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Phantasmal Image. They have 1 card left, so naturally it's a removal spell. Hopefully we draw an Eldritch Evolution or a Felidar Guardian next turn and kill them. That's unfortunate. They drew a removal spell off the top. Didn't draw it anyways. If I go Lotus Cobra into Night of Autumn, gain 4 up to 8. We could potentially draw and kill them next turn. All right. So I get to chump block the Gurmag Angler, and then I've got 7 draws on my deck to kill them next turn. Night of Autumn, letting us know why it's better than Reclamation Sage there. Can't draw Splinter Twin every game, huh? All right, game 3 on the plate. I mean, we have 4 Oath of Nissa and 4 Eldritch Evolution, so we arguably have more access to Splinter Twin than Splinter Twin did. And our ways to find that are more powerful and more consistent. Sure. That's true. There was like a small window where Splinter Twin had Dig Through Time. Like an incredibly small window. I think I'd take Lotus Cobra and hope to draw a land. Could be famous last words though. I actually really like playing against the Delver Cruise deck. To set a bar that's incredibly low, I'd rather play against the Delver Treasure Cruise deck than I would play against the current decks that exist in the format. It's more enjoyable in my opinion than something like, say, KCI. People who say Splinter Twin consistently wins the game on turn 4 are just idiots. Ignore them. Alright, Night of Autumn's pretty good here. I get to Path one of these Hallowed ones, and then Night of Autumn the other, and then Felidar Guardian blink gain 4 into Eldritch Evolution the Night into Kiki-Jiki combo them. So, assuming my opponent's got a whole lot of nothing going on, we are going to win this race. We're going to go to 14 here. We'll fetch to 13, kill the other Hallowed one. That's an incredibly castable card. I don't think I want to fetch Shock here. I have to fetch Shock twice. Oh, they discarded another Hallowed one, and they tapped their black source here, so maybe they don't have a Delve threat this turn. So I'm taking 2 down to 11. I get to fetch down to 10, play Felidar Guardian, blink Oath of Nissa. Hopefully find a second copy of Saheeli. They have a Delve threat, which is a little scary. Thoughtseize. Okay, that's rough. Especially since I didn't fetch Shock. This is a pretty easy take Felidar Guardian, I think. They arrived at a similar conclusion. Is Mono Black versus Fog a winnable matchup? Probably not. Yeah, I think that's the line. Steam Vents copy Phoenix. Block. Maybe I'm just supposed to attack, actually, and not block. Could see that going either way. Yep. There's no basic mountain in this deck, so most of my red sorts are costing me 2 to 3 life here. Alright, well, if it was the line last turn, it's the line again this turn. How can you tell if someone's ghosting you? You can't. Just something that comes with the territory. We've been pretty far in this game if you consider the fact that, like, my opponent attacked us for 10 on turn 2. Welcome to Modern. Been on the back foot the whole time because we were on the draw and they attacked for 10 on turn 2, but, like... Are we on the play this game? We were on the play this game, actually. That's not completely correct. We were on the play this game. Okay, ready to die to Lightning Bolt. They have so many looks here. I've only played one Bolt this game, too. This Magic Online being a mono slideshow while we get bolted to death. Just kind of how it goes. You register this many 3, 4, 5 mana cards in Modern. You're just gonna get run over by decks full of 1 mana spells, which is the majority of the format. It's gotta kind of take your lumps. Yeah, this isn't my decklist, Burgle. This is a viewer submitted one. I added Tireless Tracker to the sideboard at least because they weren't going to play that card, but I didn't make every adjustment I would have made because I didn't want to change what they submitted to too much. The submission actually wasn't playing Night of Autumn either. It had Reclamation Stage, which I think that was probably just an oversight. It's a pretty easy upgrade. I don't have any recommendations for Standing Desk currently. Not Uplift. is my recommendation. Well, we didn't put Birds of Paradise in our deck to mulligan a hand that plays it on turn 1, so... Let's go. Hey, Lido, thanks for 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yay, magic. Oh, magic. This is the part where they thought seize me and take my other spell. Alright, I missed a land drop. It's good for us, I guess. See if the top of our deck is hot or not. Hot or not. Alright. So you're saying there's a chance. That's all I need, chat. Take a chance on me. Do. Is my average card better than a Renegade Rallier? Probably not. And getting Renegade Rallier into play means that my Eldritch Evolutions become better. I don't have good things in my graveyard, but like Renegade Rallier like comes with a land attached to it, which is nice. Yep, we'll fetch for Stomping Ground. And cast the Rallier, get the fetch land back. Sure. Grixis, Death Shadow. This bird's probably on chump blocking duty, and by that I mean we're gonna get Temur Battle Rage and they're gonna kill Saheeli. If they don't kill the Saheeli, we've got Rips to kill them next turn. He's dead, Jim. You got him. You killed him. You're a monster. J-Robes, 1 year later, the front page of Twitch. I call that a win. Thank you for the entire year of support. I knight thee, defender of the realm. Go forth and protect us from Twitch chat. Joke's on you, I don't have spells. Alright, cast a Death Shadow and then let me combo kill you, please. Or Delve Threat works too. So I get 4 shots at a... I get 4 shots at a Felidar Guardian here. I get 3 looks with the Oath of Nissa, and then I get a Scry. So we're going to start by fetching a forest out of my deck. Scry with Shalai. I'm gonna bottom that because we're going for the big one. Brick and die. Brick and die is my favorite part of the story, chat. My favorite part of the story is bricking and dying. Get back a chump blocker. They might have nothing. I love the optimists in chat. Y'all are great. You're totes adorbs. I guess they're at 4. And I have this Renegade Rallier. Sure. It's worth noting that Fatal Push doesn't interact with our combo. Something like worth pointing out. All right, 7 lethal draws. It's a lot like a lethal draw, really. You could argue that Modern has beaten all of the positive energy and hope for decks like this out of me. I spent a lot of time playing decks like this in Modern. A lot of time. So now they attack me with everything. I chump block here. We get one more chance to draw a cat. And by that, I mean they always have Teamer Battle Rage, so we're dead. Welcome to Thunderdome. Enjoy your stay. We had a Twitch, baby. Paula, thank you for the very generous tier 3 resub for the 9th month in a row. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Hope you're having a good start to your year. Izzet Charm and Gaddock Teeg aren't very good. Cataclysmic Gearhulk's not very good. I gave up on my Celestial Colonnades a month ago. Yep. When can we expect best of 1 Modern, right? I mean, more removal spells isn't nothing. I'm just like, I'm realistic, right? Like, I don't mind taking a few dollar dues to give it a chance, but like, expect realistic expectations out of me while we play. Registered a lot of Birds of Paradise. I've probably flown across the country to register Birds of Paradise more than everybody in chat combined. I don't know. Crossing our fingers and hope we hit a Splinter Twins okay. Done it at least 4 times. Dealer's choice. I got a good 3-mana play either way. All right, that's a good draw. Cleverly left that one on top of our deck. You know, it's funny if they had just cantripped on 1. The Cobra's not lethal, right? How is this? Yeah, the Cobra would have been a turn 2 kill if they hadn't taken the Saheeli away. Yeah, if they hadn't taken our Saheeli, we would have had lethal with the Cobra. Welcome to Modern. I think I get Temple Garden here. And I'm gonna evolve the Lotus Cobra into Felidar Guardian and blink the Renegade Rallier and get my Lotus Cobra back. Then this gives me either Eldritch Evolution or Saheeli Rai as combo draws next turn. So, you know, good turn too. This deck's doing some stuff. When you get to do your thing, you get to do your thing. We got 6 power on turn 2. Lotus Cobra lets you get going. So we've got 6 lethal draws next turn. We could have acidic slimed them, but I think setting up to combo is better than acidic sliming them. Well, I mean, that, kinda, you know, maybe, at some point, this draw's like good and bad. This draw means any land lets us kill them if they don't have interaction, but it also means that if I draw Eldritch Evolution, it's no longer lethal. Yeah, like Culligan's commanded here and curl up in a ball and die. Delve threat, got it. Any land, any land, any land. Ew. Ding, ding, ding. I would like one of your finest Splinter Twins, please. One of your finest Splinter Twins, please. Stub this one. All right, they could have Dismember. If they have Witchmember, they're alive. Fatal Push doesn't do it, though. Yeah! Turn 4, cast Splinter Twin. Alright. Alright. Got him. Onward, upward, backward, forward, chat. We can cast our goblin. That doesn't seem right. That's what I'm saying. So, it's wrong. This is just wrong. Kuzaloo, thanks for the biddies. Lands and castable spells. Always a keep against Thoughtseize Inquisition.deck. Zaka, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. I know there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine. Well on our way to a 3-2. Alright, so there's another discard spell in our future, because they took one of our 2 Shalais. Or Saheeli, sorry. Or whatever this card is called. I don't know what this card's actually called, but whatever it is. So, 7 crosses, the way I always describe these creature combo decks, whether they're Cobra Saheeli or Kiki Cord, is you basically never beat other good modern decks' good draws, but you're capable of interacting with and beating their average draws. So, against any deck in the format, their good draws are basically always going to beat you. There's the second discard spell that was telegraphed by them taking the or 2 of with their first discard spell. I mean, good modern decks tend to have unbeatable draws. Not everyone plays those, though. Alright, so open and draw fetch next turn. It's a big fish. Big fish into the Reflector Mage is bold. They're targeting my bird. Alright, I think it's just Reflector Mage, because if I draw a fetch land, this hand does stuff. No, I think I play to the big turn here. The Evo's pretty bad in the face of a Stubborn Denial, but I think like my outs involve big turns and getting lucky. Like, obviously, they play a Delve threat. I feel real stupid about having ditched my Reflector Mage, but I think I gotta get pretty fortunate for this to work. It doesn't beat their stuff, Burgle. It just slows their stuff down. I would argue that it, in fact, beats none of their stuff. Now they're gonna play a Delve threat, and again, just like, you know, brutal efficiency. Like, they killed my thing, they took a card out of my hand, and they played a threat this turn. And I'm sitting here on 2 lands with a bunch of 3-mana spells in my hand, just like sitting on my thumbs. I mean, Modern's not sad. Modern's sad if you're like trying to play decks that are clunky and awkward. Like, this deck is clunky and awkward. It's just the truth about what the deck is doing. In relation to the decks that are good in Modern, this deck is incredibly inefficient. It does have some really powerful draws in the back of Lotus Cobra, but its average draw isn't good. There are plenty of decks that are good in Modern, and I think are pretty interesting to play, but the problem is, and the people I think that are frustrated with Modern, is that they're trying to play decks like this one that just aren't good in the format. They're trying to get something out of Modern that Modern's not designed currently to provide for them. And that's okay, right? Like, not every format has to appeal to every playstyle and every player. I think that's a big mistake that a lot of people just don't get, is that Modern doesn't have to be for them. So they've got 2 cards in their hand. I can pay for a Stubborn Denial. Do I just Eldritch Evolution this into... I think I just Evo this into a... I guess I could get Renegade Rallier here. Am I gonna get double stubbed? I'm about to get double soft stubbed, aren't I? God, that's brutal. Alright, dead to a shock land, dead to a fetch land, dead to a street wraith, dead to a lightning bolt. Not dead to Temur Battle Rage, actually, which is strange. Usually that's the one you're dead to. Alright, so I can Eldritch Evolution this bird into a Renegade Rallier and get back Coiling Oracle. I could also just turn it into Scavenging Ooze here. That doesn't do anything meaningful for me though. Yes. It was just like, our best possible turn we could hope for, and we're still just like not in a good spot. I'm ready to die during our upkeep. It's funny because it's sad. Magic. I believe we are on 0 outs. No, I don't like I don't think putting a 4-mana 2/4 in this deck is gonna fix the deck which has the greatest problem of is too clunky, slow, and inefficient for modern. No, I don't think that's gonna fix this deck. People who think that card is anything close to like what this deck's problem are, like haven't played games with a deck like this. They're just like what they're playing is just like isn't founded what's in the reality of modern. How are we doing, folks? Welcome. We're living the reality that is the efficiency of modern, getting brutalized by Grixis, Death Shadow, and Hallowed One, trying to play a bunch of 3, 4, 5 mana spells. Welcome. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm here for your edutainment, playing the things that you want to see played. I'm here to remind you why you shouldn't play them on occasion. If you enjoy my content and you enjoy my wonderful reminders, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are the people that keep me employed here full time. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their wonderful support. By subscribing, you can also support my stuff by checking out some of my very wonderful sponsors. Harry's Razors would love to help you get that close, clean shave using code Jeff Hoagland. You can save $5 on your brand new starter kit with them. Remember, just because you enjoy playing the degenerate decks doesn't mean you need to look like it. Neo provides wonderful candy-flavored protein bars using code Hoagland at bit.ly/HoagleBar. You can save 10% on all of your orders there with them. Hurly Burly Studios does professional Magic the Gathering altars. They do border extensions and full art alteration. You can see wonderful examples of their work at hurlyburlystudios.com, and you can save 10% on your orders there with them by using code Jeff10 at checkout. BCW Supplies would love to help you protect your very valuable Magic the Gathering cards using code Jeff10 at checkout. You can save 10% on sleeves, binders, deck box, and all sorts of other great stuff like that. My favorite part about the Harry's bit is when some prepubescent child that's never grown facial hair in their life pipes up in chat and lets me know that I don't use a razor to shave. Believe it or not, the hair on my face doesn't just appear in the line around my chin. That actually has to be done. So when you learn about how to like take a shower before you show up to a Magic tournament, other things that go into personal grooming include shaving, even when you have a beard. That's part of how being an adult works. At least a well-adjusted adult. Wah, Jeff is so mean to people in his chat when they lip off to him. All right, let's play this Flooded Strand and pass the turn. Oh. I personally don't take showers before MTG tournaments. I like my stench to overwhelm my opponents. God bless. At least you know and understand. How much would a build-around for the new pod card in Standard be? 25. Build-arounds for Standard and Arena are 25 at a minimum. Hashtag spike. Get every possible edge. Alright, so I need to think, how do I want my lands to look here? I think I want Hallowed Fountain plus Stomping Ground covers my range of colors nicely. Maybe I'm supposed to shock and path this. It's possible I'm supposed to. Maybe I'm just supposed to path it this turn, actually. Yeah, shocking to get Gaddock Teeg in play probably isn't profitable against a turn 1 to cuddle. To be fair, Ergo, if you just have like little bits of facial hair, you probably use a razor to keep it trimmed up, right? Like, we've definitely all had those stages. Some of us are still in those stages where it just like comes in scraggly and you need to like clean it up so it doesn't look totally like garbage. Paradise Sal, thanks for gifting the sub, Rooney. I appreciate it. It's been a rough league, Dorky. We've been brutalized by Death Shadow and Hollowed One so far. It's always a rough league. At least you know what to expect. Is there anyone who reads those Reddit posts and thinks, huh, I should shower and wear deodorant? Just feels like, I think so, Beetle. The red-white land destruction deck's a total hoot. We're actually gonna play that again today. It's had a lot of requests for runbacks, a lot of support for it. Is using an electric razor cheating? Nah. Electric razors doesn't get really close. Like when I'm a little bit lazy and don't shave regularly and like it gets a little bit long, I go over the top with the electric razor and then use the Harry's razor to get close to the skin. Mouse overlinks are broken. Wherever they're propagating from might be having an issue at the moment. Or sometimes they're slow. I can get a white source with this. I think I just get another red source here. So that way I can cast whatever it's called. Kiki-Jiki if we draw it. Yeah, I'll ping the Stream Decker guy. The mouse over card images on the website do appear to be busted at the moment. New standard Builderine for Prime Speaker. Thank you very much, Foxicon. I appreciate the bits. I think the Phantasmal Images are okay, Dorky. I made a couple of changes. I cut your Thalia's Lancers. I think that card's really bad. Let me phrase as to why. I also, well, so like here's the thing though, Dorky, like if you're getting Thalia's Lancers, you can just get Kiki-Jiki, right? So like I've played Thalia's Lancers in this archetype before, and I think if you're playing Thalia's, it's because you're not playing Kiki. So like that's a card you play instead of Kiki, but honestly, I've really liked just having Kiki in the main deck. We have a lot more turns where like we have the ability to combo because we have access to Kiki. So having a Kiki's been good. I cleaned your sideboard up a little bit. I'm really a huge fan of Tireless Tracker in this matchup, and I put a Knight of Autumn in instead of Reclamation Sage because Knight of Autumn is great. Yeah, I figured Knight versus Rex Sage was just a small oversight. Yeah, the images have been okay. We've copied opposing things a couple of times. What did I cut here for the last one? Reflector Mage is kind of mediocre. That seems okay. I don't think I want any other cards that are up here. No, Eidolon of Rhetoric is too slow. Everybody wants to bring in Eidolon in like every match where it's not good. Eidolon of Rhetoric comes in against Ad Nauseam, Storm, and Amulet Titan. That's it. Don't bring it in anywhere else. Stop it. I really don't like it against Hallowed One. It's too slow. It doesn't block anything meaningfully there. KCI, sure. Storm combo decks. KCI is basically a Storm deck. It's a combo deck that wins by casting a bunch of things. I'm going to put that on top, and I'm actually just going to play this tapped and draw it for the turn. Was Leyline of Rhetoric maybe would be fast enough? Yeah, exactly. Concur. Alright, looking for a fetch land. Perfect. Hoping to knock... we want them to tap out and not play Eidolon this turn. So we want them to like Bolt, or like Creature Bolt, or Creature Suspend, Creature. Please bump up Colorless Eldrazi. Will do, rookie. Thanks for the biddies. Tap out. Tap out, please. Not for Eidolon, though. Suspend 2 Rift Bolts. Play Grim Lavamancer. Wild Nakatl and another creature. Deal. Sweet. Alright, so let's do our stuff. So I get to do this. I get to do this. The art on Lotus Cobra is absolutely stunning. If I had an Eldritch Evolution in my hand, we'd actually kill them here, but unfortunately we do not. Yeah, while this deck can win on turn 2 to 3, the problem is, like, the decks that aren't faster than you in this format, they have just enough interaction to disrupt you, right? So, like, this is a deck where, like, you get lightning bolted and you can't combo. It's a big part of its issue. It's like, oh, they like breathed on you and now your deck doesn't work anymore. While this deck has pieces that can generate card advantage, one of the big problems with what this deck is doing is that this deck has a lot of synergy cards in it that are individually very weak. So, like, the fact that we can generate card advantage with this archetype is often negated by the fact that when we're drawing lots of cards, a lot of the cards we're drawing just aren't good. No, Demir Spy, we can technically win the game on turn 2 with Lotus Cobra starts. Wow, that was cool. Oh, I lost. Yep. Yeah, I completely agree. Spellskite? I just don't think Spellskite does enough. The turn 2 line is turn 1 Bird, turn 2 Lotus Cobra, fetch land, Renegade Rallier, back your fetch land. Cast Saheeli, copy your Renegade Rallier, get back your fetch land. Cast Eldritch Evolution for your Renegade Rallier, get Felidar Guardian. One day we'll get Slaughter Games on a stick, and then we'll be trying to try again. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Am I dead? Yeah, I think it's time for standard. I just can't get beat up again. That was. Did we win? We won a game, right? And we took games in these matches. It's like that. Just like kind of really highlighted, just like one of the reasons why I've moved away from decks like this, and why when I play Modern with the aim of being competitive, I play a deck like Elves. These decks, just look at the mana curve. Let's just look at a really easy example is like, look at what this deck is doing and look at the mana curve in this deck. Okay, now let's look at the Elves deck. Do you see how once Moto loads, come on Moto. You see how the whole curve kind of slides down, and this deck has more acceleration? Like, this deck has a lower curve than the other deck, and it has more acceleration. This deck arguably has a lot of 3-drops for Modern deck too, but it has 12 ways to accelerate, kind of 16 because Heritage Druid is pseudo acceleration as well. So I just think like if the Cobra Saheeli and like those kind of clunky mid-range style decks are the things you're interested in, those are the types of decks that are really good in standard. And the standard format is so good right now. I can't put it into words. It's the best format of Magic I've ever played. It's very good. All right, let's shift gears, shall we? Is OBS going to crash when I click stop recording?